Ooh, it's fixed. Pata! Hooray.
Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. How's everybody doing today? I'm actually going to turn the microphone down just a smidgen. There we go. How'd that do? Cool. Beans. Groovy. Gravy. Done. It's morning.
Now I'm thinking about beans and gravy, but I was thinking about jelly beans and gravy, not like beans that would potentially be in gravy.
Like gravy-flavored jelly beans?
No, just jelly beans in gravy.
What kind of gravy are we talking? Like
gravy, like turkey gravy.
Okay, well, there's a distinct difference between turkey gravy and like beef gravy.
Yeah, I guess.
And
I'm
like
thinking of
chicken gravy. That's the
Thanksgiving
white gravy. Okay.
Now I want biscuits and gravy.
I always want biscuits and gravy. Hi, welcome. This is Book
morning.
Buffet. Clearly, we are already right on to the buffet part of things. So my name is Courtney. You've probably seen me around. This is Rachel. You've also probably seen Rachel around. We are both teen librarians at the Addison Public Library, which is where we are. If you are like, hey, you're in a different room. Actually, we're not. Normally, we sit over there. We rotated. And I think I might prefer it because now I don't have to contend with the window that was constantly blinding us. So,
True.
Indeed. If you look behind us, there are various little things for our current escape room, and the theme is aliens, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we worked hard. So please come and do it, because it's a lot of fun. It's pretty much like, it's all kind of here. You kind of do it as you do it.
Yeah, it's like a passive escape room.
Mm-hmm.
The door's not actually locked.
No, the door is not locked.
Leave it any.
I mean, it's kind of like...
It's more like a puzzle room.
It is. Puzzle room is actually the better call on the vibe of it all. But, escape room kind of explains the vibe. Anywho, so book buffet. We like to talk a lot about books. Get a little taste test of everything. And today we, if you notice, we're starting late. For varying reasons that revolved around that our job first is in the library. And so we decided that we are doing, how like everyone says, don't judge by a book by its cover? Well, honestly, we think that's pretty nonsense because there is millions of dollars that go into the industry of book art and covers and marketing of books. So you absolutely should judge a book by its cover. However, don't dismiss a book because it has a bad cover. We're not talking about bad covers today. We are talking about good covers. So some of these books I know that we have read. Some of them, we are familiar with, at least in a passing fashion. And then others, we pulled them straight off of the shelf because we went, ooh, look, shiny. So in my case, literally, in one of them, you will see. It's on the bottom because I want your full actual reaction.
Okay. I won't spoil myself.
So it doesn't mean that we'll necessarily like or be interested in any of these books, but it's like, ooh, that's a good cover. Like, let's talk about that. And then
you're intrigued enough to take it off the shelf.
Indeed. So it does mean that we're going to probably be reading the blurbs on some of these things. We also have a wide range. So who wants to go first?
I want to talk about this one.
You are itching on that one.
Well, because we were talking about food.
That's true.
And I saw this in our new cookbooks. Food to die for.
We love
So
our
let's
cookbook
look at
section.
this.
We love our, oh my gosh, that looks so good.
Yeah.
Like the colorings on everything, like it's such a good vibe for it.
Well, and this is much different than a lot of cookbooks, like design-wise. Most cookbooks are bright, white, red, reds and oranges.
This one's got a gimmick.
It's very dark. I love a gimmicky cookbook.
It's beautifully moody.
And this one is recipes and stories from America's most legendary haunted places. So you could try spine-tingling recipes like Lizzie Borden's meatloaf.
Oh my gosh. Goodness.
Ernest Hemingway's Bloody Mary. Cinnamon sugar cookies from Alcatraz. Sheboygan Asylum Caesar salad. Say that 10 times fast.
Sheboygan Asylum Caesar salad. Yeah, that's a good one. Okay.
Or a ghostly cocktail from the Stanley Hotel.
Nice. Oh.
I mean, yeah, this person just went around and interviewed the people. There's the meatloaf.
Oh, there's the meatloaf. I love it.
Like, this comes from a handwritten recipe card. Now the property of the Fall River Historical Society.
Oh, cool.
We do not recommend this recipe for guests. What?
Unless you are perhaps entertaining otherworldly guests.
I mean, it feeds 6 to 8, so
I know.
like, I'm not eating all that by myself.
Well, that's true. Is it just like really dry?
It's
I don't know.
steak, pork steak, egg, onion, 3 soda crackers,
I mean,
herbs, salt, and pepper. It is just like
it's a meatloaf.
It's a meatloaf. There's truly nothing special about the recipe except it's
not
Lizzie
really.
Borden's.
Yeah, but flipping through as you are right now, there's like pictures
Yeah.
of like the historical locations and stuff. Here they show. Ooh,
Yeah,
that's
it's like
cool too.
haunted houses and
So-
hotels.
Horrifying homes,
Yeah.
and then like so you're getting also some history in here too.
Yeah.
So that's really neat.
I mean, that would be a fun. Like, again, I'm not buying this because I'm like, I need some new recipes to feed my family. It's more just
No,
like, it
it's
seems
fun.
fun.
It's totally fun. Like I can see this being like part of like a theme party
Yeah.
or something. Okay, the group of friends that I know who you are and you know who you are. This is it.
Yeah.
That's super cool. Rachel and I love to roam our cookbook collection, specifically our new cookbook collection, because it's awesome.
There's some good stuff.
We have
There's a lot of fun
amazing
stuff.
collection of cookbooks, and you
And
should-
cookbooks are expensive.
They are.
So unless if you truly know, like, I want this and I want it in my kitchen, it's going to get all nasty and dirty and full of food,
Yeah.
then yeah, buy it. But
Yeah.
if you just want to browse a few recipes, take some pictures.
Oh yeah, that's what we do
Yeah.
all the time.
Get
And
some
we've got
ideas.
such a massive collection of so many different kinds of foods and also different kinds of cookbooks. It's just great.
Yeah.
So highly recommend if, go to your local library. Hopefully it's our local library. But browse your cookbook collection. It's amazing. All right. So just grab one randomly. Look how pretty that is. It's so pretty. It's got like, so it's all like teals and oranges and like, oh, it's so nice.
The brain loves those colors.
The brain loves these colors. I also loves like a fantasy looking world with like a schooner ship or something on top of it. Like, ooh, it looks so cool. So this is called Songlight by Moira Buffini. It is one of our new young adult fantasy books. I know nothing about it, so let's find out together. Elsa, we're off to a start already. Elsa is used to hiding the most important parts of herself, her feelings for Rye. Ooh, we got some drama. Rye,
As in the
R-Y-E. Maybe it is for the bread. Maybe this girl's hungry too. Her distaste for the dictatorship so she's hiding her feelings for Rye, her distaste for the dictatorship she lives in, and most crucially, her gift of songlight, a kind of telepathy. She buries that secret deep inside because in Brightland, those with songlight are called unhumans and are abhorred. Rye is the only other person Elsa has known with songlight, and their shared bond has brought them together. Elsa's world, along with her secrets, begin to fall apart one desperate, heart-wrenching day. She doesn't know where to turn until a girl appears before her in songlight. Nightingale is Elsa's new friend, lives in a city hundreds of miles away, and while they cannot meet in person, when they share their songlight, they begin to realize that they have power, a power that may be able to change the way they live, and together, Elsa and Nightingale will be thrust into the middle of a war that threatens their very existence. Star-crossed lovers and heartbreaking romance and a brutally unforgiving world make this first big book in a trilogy utterly unforgettable. So that sounds fun.
It sounds more intense than the cover. Like, the cover made it seem a little, like, light and...
Yeah, like, let's go on an
maybe
adventure.
sad, but, like...
Yeah, like, this makes me want to
wistful.
run.
Yeah.
Like, just go
Sounds
into the
more
wind and
intense.
just fly. Yeah, a little bit more, but, man,
Yeah.
it does sound like this is going to be, like, there's a lot of drama going on in here for sure. Which, maybe that struck you and you're just like, absolutely sign me up. But man, is that a pretty cover. Ooh. Yeah, that was, let's just grab it and see what happens. What you got?
What do I have? Let's talk about Prepped, because I've read it.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I know.
That's such
It's
a
a little
fun
bit
cover
different.
though. Yeah, so it's really simple. You got like it sort of reminds me of like the manuals,
Yeah.
which is exactly what they're
I
going
mean,
for.
everything is labeled. Gas mask. Would you risk being caught without it? Hiking boots, sturdy footwear. Puts the run in running away. Gives you some clues about what the book's about.
Yep.
Yeah, this is we have it shelved in fiction. It is on the romantic side. They are holding hands. It's about
Surprise.
2 kids who grow up in a prepper society. So both of their families are prepared for doomsday. They're prepared for the end of the world. They have grown up doing drills. And what's her name? Becca is like, yeah, let me like do these drills very well. All the while in the back of her mind, she's like, I am running away. I will not be here for this. But then there's an accident. And she is basically like, her plans to run away get thwarted a little bit. And realizes that the kid that she's grown up with, who she always thought was like, for lack of a better term, like drinking the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, totally obsessed with prepping.
Like he is just fallen in line. He does everything he's supposed to do. Turns out he's had like the same idea that she has had. He also wants to run away, and there's more to him than you see on the surface.
Yeah.
So together they're like, maybe we can help each other get out of this society.
We did this
community.
one for summer, winter. We did this one for a winter reading several years
like
ago.
A winter survival theme we did.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good book. Pick that one up.
And it's just a fun.
And it's a good cover. Yeah.
That's like the tone of it is like super serious, but then once you get into it, you're like, wait, it's a little funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got its moments for sure.
Yeah. Print. Bethany Mangle.
Yeah. This one's nonfiction. Things come apart. As they sure do. So what I like about this one is like it looks like somebody's just exploded a computer, but on the back end, it's all so beautifully organized. And that's like this entire thing. If you were one of those people or those kids who love to just tear things apart and see what was inside,
if you like a good flat lay,
the book did it for you. Look at that. Yeah. So here's like an old rotary telephone. Rotary telephones, and like there's all the little bits. That's all it is. I can't tell you how perfect it is. Because
I mean, truly, that cover is just like, this is what this book is.
Yeah, here's a power drill, exploded and then just organized together. It's just so succinct.
Things come apart. And
You ever want to explode a toilet in a non-gross way? Like there you go. Like, there's the bolt. There's so many little bits and bobs in there. Like, look at all those little bits.
And that's why plumbers are worth every penny.
That's right.
I don't know what all those bits and bobs do.
Oh, there's a fold out.
What is it?
I don't know.
Car?
I'm vaguely frightened of it. I'm not gonna lie.
A plane?
Is it a fold out? Oh, I think it is a plane.
Does it fold out, or is it just a multiple page?
Oh, no, I found the fold out. Here,
okay.
Go. Fold out of a plane.
Is it?
I think it's a plane.
Yeah, I see some seats.
There's seats, there's propellers. There's a lot of stuff. The exploded plane part, maybe it's on the other side. Try it.
No.
Is there a page in between? Oh, that's the propeller.
Yeah.
Maybe they were like, look, we can't photograph a plane exploding the way that we would want to. Anyway, that one's really cool. You can find this in the, it's a telescope. All right, I'm going to stare at that later. So this is in our nonfiction section in the young adult department. And there's some really cool nonfiction books in there because I've got a few of them, honestly. So
I have a nonfiction as well.
My goodness. Oh, that's pretty.
The Wild River and the Great Dam.
Ooh.
Yes, this is a beautiful illustrated cover.
Does it wrap around? Oh, it just goes to the, like it does to
the side.
Yeah.
So this is by Simon Boughton.
Boughton?
Boughton. He is British, so.
Good on.
Yeah, but beautiful illustration. I wonder, some of these should say like who designed the cover, you know?
Oh yeah, sometimes.
Cover art copyright Jamie Christoph.
Thank
cover
you.
Design Jenny Kimura.
Thank you,
Yeah.
those people. Because, that is such a pretty one.
And I've actually read this one. I had a just a tiny little hyperfixation this summer on the
Yes.
Hoover Dam.
Well, you went there.
I went there.
So that is totally
it's
fair.
all about the construction of the Hoover Dam and the Colorado River and how it all worked together. But yeah, it's this is another nonfiction we have in our young adult collection. I love young adult nonfiction because there's images, the text is not super tiny.
Mm-hmm.
It's great for when you want a bite of something.
Yeah.
And yeah, this was a good one. I enjoyed it.
Yes. Cool. Nice one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty good. Like, I would want that on a poster.
Yeah.
Like, that's the kind of like, you know, like the travel, like the stylized travel posters.
Mhm.
That's one of
That's
them.
what it is.
All right. Something I've read is Poet Anderson of Nightmares. Like, this is a cover that just keeps on giving more and more and more. And like, when you read it, you kind of, every time you open up the book again, you're just like, oh, that's the part with the like, it's just, there's so much info in here. But it's just stylized so very pretty. This is, Tom DeLonge is, he's the like lead vocalist and guitar and songwriter for like Blink-182 and Angels and Airwaves. Poet Anderson's kind of like his multi like media project. There's music about it, and there's like an animation, which actually is really cool. There's a couple of books, like I think some comics and stuff. But it follows Poet, who is this boy who finds out that he's like a lucid dreamer. So he's able to control dreams. And there's sort of like this inner dream network that he's able to kind of tap into and kind of control some things. So it's sort of like he's got superpowers in dreams. It's kind of similar to like Inception in that way, but also like Ready Player One in that way, where it's like there's a world that's inside the brain, and then the world in like the real world, the wake world, there's, you know, corruption and stuff that's kind of like stopping things, and it's adventurous, it's very fast paced, it's pretty fun. There's a second book that I've not read yet, but that cover is honestly even prettier than this one. But I've always found this one to be really, really pretty too. So.
It reminds me of like the AI videos that like morph into each other.
Oh yeah,
But
kinda.
obviously like this was done by a human and is
Very much so.
much
This
better
was
than,
yeah.
than those.
This-
But like has that feeling of like I don't know where this image is going to morph next.
That's really true. Yeah, this was 2015, so this is
Yeah.
also well before like AI art,
yeah.
which is always very satisfying to be
Yeah.
like, look at how, you know, dynamic that
Well,
is.
and like you said, it all relates to the actual story.
Yeah.
Like it all means something.
Like remembering things of just like, oh, that's who that is. That's
Yeah.
who that is. Oh, I remember that bit, and oh, that's what that thing's doing. Like it's pretty interesting. But even just looking at it, you're just like, is that a train? Is it a train? Like I'm not sure. And you know, then you kind of pick things up as it goes. It's super good. So it's fun. Read it. It needs more circulations.
Well, I have read none of these books, but I'll just talk about a trend, a
Yeah.
theme.
There's definitely. Can you tell what it is?
It's plants growing off of people's heads,
Mm-hmm.
out of people's faces.
We can also tell you that oddly, very oddly, this is a very small selection.
There are so many of these.
So many.
So there we've got foxglove,
That one's pretty,
which
actually.
I'm guessing that is the type of flower that
Yeah,
is.
probably.
And this is actually, there's another book called Belladonna, which has a very similar cover, except with Belladonna growing off of
Mhm.
her face. She is a haunting, and we've got flowers coming out of the mouth there, and
Looks kind of veiny
one
too.
tear coming out.
Oof.
This is horror.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Horror. This one's fantasy. Foxglove is fantasy. This one's another fantasy. Lake lore, but we've got like, is it? What? I actually don't know what's growing off of them.
Where's?
I thought it was like coral, but
yeah, it looks
now
corally.
but it also kind of looks like butterfly wings.
Maybe that. Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying. It does look like butterfly. Maybe it's sort of like supposed to kind of look a little bit of the both.
Yeah. I mean, this one is fantasy. I know this author writes a lot of like magical realism.
What's that one about? I'm
This
most
one.
curious about this one.
Yeah, same.
Also because like last month was Spooky Lake month, and now I'm like a
Yeah.
little obsessed.
So everyone who lives near the lake knows the stories about the world underneath an ethereal
Ethereal.
landscape, rumored to be half water, half air. But Bastion and Lore are the only ones who've been there. Bastion grew up both above the lake and in the otherworldly space beneath it. Lore has seen the world under the lake only once, but that one encounter changed their life and their fate. The lines between air and water begin to blur. The world under the lake begins to spill into the world above. If Bastion and Lore don't want it bringing their secrets to the surface, they have to stop it. And to do that, they need to work together. There's just one problem. Bastion and Lore haven't spoken in 7 years.
Oh, goodness
And
sake.
working together means trusting each other with the very things they're trying to hide.
My
So a
golly.
fantasy, friends to enemies to lovers, maybe? Perhaps.
Can be fun.
I do love the colors of this one too.
Yeah, it's really pretty actually. Yeah, I'm enjoying these sort
Yeah.
of like, actually that's the thing. We can make a whole display, it looks like, of like teal and orange right now.
Yeah.
Doop-a-doo. This is a book that we keep on bringing back because honestly, look at that cover. Like, it's so pretty.
It's really cool.
It's so pretty. And like the title, it's a Lazzoe, right? That's how it goes? Lazzoe. Oh, but it's like shiny.
Also, orange and teal is happening.
Yeah, also we love a wraparound cover.
Yeah.
Like, look at that, and see, that's important. So this is, you read this more, didn't you?
I
Do you
did.
remember much? Oh, it kind of blends into me.
Yeah. It is about a teenager
It is.
who has a ghost dog. Is that the right? Am I thinking
Yeah,
right?
very similar.
I mean, that's just
So-
like a detail. It's like what the story's
It is.
about.
It is a
but-
detail. All right. So imagine America very similar to our own. It's got homework, best friends, and ice cream. There are some differences. This America has been shaped dramatically by magic, monsters, knowledge, and legends of its peoples, those indigenous and those not. Some of these forces are charmingly everyday, like the ability to make an orb of light appear or travel across the world through rings of fungi. Oh, that'd be so nice. But other forces are less charming and should never see the light of day. Lazzoe lives in the slightly stranger America, and she can raise the ghosts of the dead animals. It's a skill that was passed down through the generations of her Lipan Apache family. Or Lipan Apache, I'm not sure. Apologies for mispronunciations. Her beloved cousin has just been murdered, and in a town that wants no prying eyes. But she is going to do more than just pry. The picture-perfect facade of Willoughby masks gruesome secrets, and she will rely on her wits, skills, and friends to tear off the mask and protect her family. So this is also a diversity read too. So like the author is native and from that community, and like so knows what is being talked about, which is really cool. So yeah, pretty cover. It also, I think it was like very lyrical too. So there's like, if you really kind of like to sink into like just a whole world and just like really spend time and space in something, this might be a good read for you.
Ooh, cool.
I'm finding that a lot of my books are like white, but the rest of mine are not. Like white, just color bland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of mine have dark backgrounds.
Yeah.
Those we drown. I have not read this. It's another horror. I love a water horror. The sea provides, but only if you feed it.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to read this one, I think.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Look, everybody has those things that just grabs them. This one's.
Because look, there's like
Yeah.
little tentacles.
Yeah, there's tentacles, and then there's like
And
chains and
coral.
stuff, and
Okay.
it is really cool. Actually,
What do we got?
looking.
It should have been the trip of a lifetime. When Liv lands an all expenses paid opportunity to study aboard the luxury cruise ship, the EOS, for a semester, she can't believe her luck, especially since it will offer her the chance to spend time with Will, her ex-best friend, who's barely spoken to her since the night the relationship changed forever. But as soon as she steps on board, Liv realizes just how out of her depth with Will, with the rest of the oh my gosh, they call it a semester.
Oh my goodness.
I love this. Including the brittle and beautiful Constantine, who may be hiding his own ties to the EOS, and most of all, with the Sirens, three glamorous and mysterious influencers who seem to have the run of the ship. What is happening? Liv quickly discovers that the only reason she was invited to join is because another girl disappeared shortly after enrolling, and no one seems to know what happened to her. When further disappearances rock the ship and strange creatures begin haunting Liv's dreams, she wonders, is the EOS hiding a dark secret within its shadowy decks? The truth will come at a price. How much is Liv willing to pay?
That is made for you.
It really is.
There's sirens, like, it's wild. The funny thing is, like, the both of us really like sea, ocean stuff, but Rachel really likes the deep sea. If there's a mermaid, it's sold. I like pirates. I like sailing stories.
Courtney likes...
I like above the water, and Rachel likes below the water bits.
water.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. There's Greek mythology, ocean horror, obviously sirens.
Obviously, like, this could not have been better for you. Like, it's so good.
Taking that one home.
One that I'm probably taking home. Here we go. The Hedge Witch of Foxhall. Oh, it's so pretty. Like, it's so nice. It reminds me of like the medieval tapestries and stuff, which I think
There's
is
a
the vibe.
lot.
There's a lot going on. So
Oh,
we've
is
got
that what is that? Oh,
we've got a lady
dragon?
person and then a dude person. There's a little dragon there. Yeah. There's a unicorn we got hanging out there. Lots of other little things. Oh, in the back we got a fox. Gotta love a good back there too. So a prince who hates magic, a prince who has spent his life hiding from it, a witch who is determined to protect it. Like, I'm already good. Magic is fading from Wales. So already too, it's like it's in Wales. Ooh. So magic is fading from Wales, choked off by King Offadike's the enemy earthworks that spans the entire border. Even the dragons have disappeared, and now an attack is imminent. Prince Taliesin, who would love to watch the magic die. Prince David. Look.
Ah,
DAFYDD.
Daffod.
So I'm going with David. Prince
Daffodil.
David fears it and the throne.
Davidil.
But when his father promises the crown to whichever son can destroy the dike and restore the magic to Wales, the brothers are forced into an uneasy rivalry. There's so many Welsh names in here. It is wild. Like, I have no idea even how. It's Ffion, so it's Welsh. So we would have to look that one up. So we'll just go with Fionn. Why not? Fionn works hedge witch magic for poor folk, not princes. Unlike the power-hungry Foxhall Coven, she uses only what nature can spare. But when the Coven's greed costs Fionn everything, she will need power beyond her wildest dreams to get back what she's lost. So, when Prince Taliesin arrives, begrudgingly seeking a witch's aid, Fionn agrees to help him, even if it means walking from one end of Wales to the other with the most useless peacock she's ever clapped her eyes on, even if it means striking a bargain with David behind Tal's back. The fate of Wales depends on their quest, and so might the fate of Fionn's heart.
I like it.
It sounds real fun, I'm not gonna lie.
I feel like I would need the audio for that.
Oh,
Otherwise,
yeah.
I'm just gonna like be mispronouncing the names and the places and everything the whole way through.
That's a good thought.
And
That's a
I
good thought.
feel like the audio will hopefully
It's a good
will
one.
pronounce it.
I do like having things more set in like Wales because the names and the words are different. But it's a culture that's just been bypassed so very often. So like, that's cool. I'm gonna read it.
I have another trend here. Boop, these ones are a little older though.
Yeah, a little bit.
Which way am I going here?
Oh, yeah.
So I've got like collage-y covers here. This one's really cool.
Yeah.
It's a nonfiction biography of Octavia Butler. And the way that it is put together is there are like little excerpts from her life, but then there's poetry.
So a little bit of everything in there.
It's similar to the cover with the collage style. It's like very mixed media and like a collage of writing
And content, yeah.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah. I mean, there's like photographs, like her actual notebook, along with the more creative take on her childhood.
That's cool.
Yeah. So I think that one is very cool. We will definitely be recommending this one to the teenagers who have to do a biography project
For
later
sure.
this year.
Yep.
It helps that it is very thin.
Yeah.
And this one's fiction, Piecing Me Together. So I also like that the title, Piecing Me Together, and there's like pieces put together. I have not read this one, but we do recommend it quite often. I know it's on a lot of lists. But it's about Jade, who is bused to a private school. And she has an opportunity to join Woman to Woman, a mentorship program. She joins on the promise of a scholarship. But just because her mentor is Black and graduated from the same high school doesn't mean she understands where Jade is coming from. She's tired of being singled out as someone who needs support and someone people want to fix. Jade wants to speak, to create, to express her joys and sorrows, her pain and her hope. Maybe there is something she could show other women about understanding the world and finding opportunities to be real and to make a difference. So is this one Amazing Study Abroad? Yeah, I thought it was, I don't know where they're studying, but I thought I remembered there being some travel in it.
Okay.
But yeah.
So a lot going on in that one. But yeah, that's a really nice one too.
Yeah, and I feel like, because it says she wants to create, and I feel like there's like some art in there, not like actual art in it, but like she is an artist.
Yeah, and you just flipping through it, the pages do seem pretty fastly readable.
Yeah, these are short chapters.
Real short. Some of them are like really like 2-word lines.
All of the chapters have a title in English and Spanish, so maybe they're traveling to a Spanish-speaking country.
That's fun. I like that. So yeah, that's a good one.
Together.
Going on also highly artistic covers, Mythologia. This is about mythology. This is actually in our nonfiction section.
I really like this one.
But like,
Yep. Collage-y,
look at it's
mixed
very
media.
collage-y. It's very dynamically artistic, and like it's just a fun. If you really like mythology, this is absolutely a fun one to just kind of pick up and just see how these different things were sort of interpreted.
I mean, I would like cut those posters out and hang them.
Right? Like,
Yeah.
so nice. Also, beautifully stylized. Through the Woods, this is a graphic novel. It is actually a series of short stories, all kind of creepy and vaguely horrorish, eerie fairy tale retellings. And, you know, just, it's got its own little vibe to it. So if you want something that's like a little bit darker, eerie, I have read it a long time ago, but like just stark, beautiful contrast. The art is just absolutely beautiful in this one. So these are stories by Emily Carroll, and absolutely worth a read if you want to go for a graphic novel route in that regard. Yeah.
I was trying to see, so I have Looking for Smoke, and I wanted to see if the jacket design, if there was any information on it, and it says jacket photography by Leah Rose Kolakowski. So that is a photograph. Obviously with very cool lighting.
Is it really? That's cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I really like the lighting of this. It is a fiction, contemporary fiction, and it's, I actually put this in, I believe, our roundup for 2024. I don't remember when.
So look out for our new newsletter.
July 2024 is when it was
Yeah.
published, or when we got it. But it's about four girls, 14 girls, who are all members of the same tribe. They are Blackfeet. They live in the Blackfeet Reservation. And there's a ritual that happens, and a girl goes missing, is found murdered. I can't remember. No, found murdered. A girl is found murdered, and these 4 teenagers are the last 4 to have seen her alive. And so they have to like clear their names, even though one of them may be guilty. So yeah, they have to work together, and I believe it is like from all of their POV.
Pretty cool.
It cycles through. Yeah. So yeah, we have this. I don't know why we have this shelved in fiction. I feel like this should definitely be in like crime. We may have to reshelve it. Although I guess I don't know if it's more about like the 4 girls or if it's about them solving it.
Yeah. So part of the fun is figuring that part out.
But yeah, that was cool. Cool photograph.
Neat. It's shiny.
Wow.
Look how shiny
Very
it is.
shiny.
It's so shiny.
Dangers of the Dawn.
Wildly shiny.
The dawn is dangerous because you have to wake up.
Yeah. So Dancers of the Dawn. Yeah. Oh, seriously.
Oh,
Yesterday,
Dancers.
Dancers.
Not
See,
Dangers.
It's so shiny. You can't even see what the title
Dancers
is.
of the Dawn. That's different.
However, you do have the right vibe because there's definitely some danger in here. Although I will also say dawn is very dangerous. I was up before dawn yesterday, and that wasn't fun. Anyway, so deep in the desert under the blazing sun, an elite troupe of dancers are trained to harness their magic. They are the queen's most formidable assassins. Yeah. So Ashira was one of the rarest talents, for she is a flame wielder. Feared by all and envied by some, she uses her power to execute enemies of the crown. Ashira's greatest wish is to serve her queen, but on the eve of her graduation, with tensions rising among the dancers and secrets stirring in the shifting sand dunes, she begins to question whether she was truly born to kill. So this is the first in a slow burn romantasy duology. So there's going to be a second one. And this, I believe, is a debut novel for this author. And I am going to utterly butcher this name, and I really don't want to, but Zulka Afzal, so there, is how you actually spell that. It looks super good. There's some pretty great authors who are just saying, like, this is completely addictive and gripping read, and it does look like it pretty much flies. So that's really nice and satisfying, too. So if that piqued your interest, go for it. Oh, you got some fun stuff there.
I'm just seeing what is all involved in this one. Well, I was going to talk about these ones also together because it's similar styles of like swoopy, epic, mythological.
Yep. We both went for very similar things, I think.
Yeah. This one is Song of the Six Realms. This author has a previous duology, which is the Magic.
I almost grabbed one of
the
those
Book of
too.
Tea duology, which are also, you can see them on the back.
Yeah.
Also great covers.
They're all
The
beautiful.
beautiful cover has
Like,
continued.
that artist absolutely knows what they're doing.
Yeah,
They're
Do
gorgeous.
we have the artist information? Let's see. There's just a lot in this book, honestly. Like this is a world that we've got here.
Yeah. So it's very big, dynamic. There's like, it's mixing with like mythology and magic.
Here we
Yeah.
go. Jacket illustration. Sija Hong.
Love it.
and I'm guessing they also did the other two.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this is a musician faces a lifetime of servitude until Duke Meng offers her freedom in exchange for serving as a musician in residence. She soon discovers the Duke is a celestial ruler with ulterior motives, and she must unlock her past to prevent an impending war in the Six Realms. Yeah, so we've got a whole world. I mean, there's like glossary in the back, place names of note. I am shocked I don't see a map,
Yeah, right?
but I don't know.
Like, I'm sorry, you have a highly dynamic fantasy world and you don't have a map? What? What is this? However, I do like that there's like a pronunciation guide and everything
Yeah.
in the back of that. That's really nice.
And then this one, Off with Their Heads.
Ooh, so cool.
With
the
the sub-
colors on that are
We're all
gorgeous.
mad here. I'm guessing is a Alice in Wonderland retelling.
And if it's not, how'd you get away with that?
Yeah. So yeah, this is by Zoe Hannah Mikuta, and the jacket illustration is by Tran, and I cannot pronounce last name. I think it's, I don't know.
Oh, Nguyen.
Okay, thank you.
That one I knew.
But yeah, another cool dynamic cover.
Mhm.
A world where saints are monsters and Wonderland is the dark forest. There we go, Wonderland. Young witches and lovers, Carousel Rabbit and Ichadora Alice, were once both imprisoned, but their freedom came at a devastating cost. 5 years later, Caro is a successful royal saint harvester, living the high life in the glittering capital, and pretending not to know of the twisted monster experiments that her beloved Red Queen hides deep in the bowels of the palace.
Dear me.
But for Ica, the memory of Caro's betrayal has hardened her from timid girl to ruthless hunter. Oh, okay.
A lot going on.
Secrets.
Yeah. Some controversy. A little
Witches
bit of...
and lovers.
Ooh.
Their past comes to light as they're once again thrust into each other's lives.
Were you...
Ah.
you originally, when we were having conversations of what we were going to do today, Rachel was like, I know a few books about witches. That's kind of Halloween-y, though. Found one anyway, didn't you? Like, ooh.
I feel like this one could be fun.
I think it could be fun. Yeah, I love like a retelling, remix, or twisted fairy tale is kind of what they're called.
Yeah.
Mine is of Jade and Dragons. This is by Amber Chen. The cover is by Kelly Chong. So it also has... So this is sort of steampunky, but with a lot of like Asian like stories, and that's the setting on it. And so Ying her father is a world-class engineer and incredibly famous, but he just kind of like keeps to himself, and she just absolutely loves him and she wants to be an engineer too. However, it's very much a male dominated, as in only male people can become engineers. Her father is murdered horrifically, and the murderer is looking for her father's journal, and she's like determined to figure out who did it. So she goes to the Capitol, dresses as her brother, and enters into the engineering school, and is oddly helped doing so by the 8th prince of the empire. And it's all, who do you trust? Who can you trust? Very twisty-turny, lots of conspiracies. But I think it's kind of cool that there's kind of like this, if you kind of look very closely, there's sort of like zeppelins and other sorts of vehicles that are kind of floating about, and who knows what else is also a giant machine. So looks kind of fun. Might give that one a look-see. Yeah.
I think I did all mine.
You did all of yours?
Yeah, I did some of them together, so.
Well, that is true. We kind of went a little bit overboard on these sorts of things. We'll go here, talking about flying. So now, let me fly. Did you know that there are nonfiction graphic novels? Because there are, about a lot of different things. This one in particular is about a biography of Eugene Bullard. So He was one of a small but growing number of African American refugees living in France right at the beginning of World War I. At just 11 years old, he fled the dangers of the Jim Crow South, determined to find a place where black men would be treated as a fellow human being. His search had taken him across the Atlantic and through a myriad of lives as a horse racer, a vaudeville performer, and a boxer. But when the Great War began, he made history as the first African-American fighter pilot. So, pretty cool.
Another one I'm pretty sure we'll recommend.
Pretty sure, yeah. So
Our biography crew.
I'm also pretty sure that we're going to probably do a biography one of these when those start coming out. So
Yeah.
these are, it's, very similar art style. You're going to see a lot of yellow. But it doesn't hide away from what's happening. And the cover, I just love that it's just so very clear and stark. And, it's really cool. And if you look very closely, all of the little things are like people flying. So sort of like paving the way for all of the people that come after him who are given the opportunities and allowed the opportunities, really. The opportunities that they so well deserve. All right, now we're going on to shifts of tones, incredibly so. I've got several more graphic novels. This one I'm cheating because it's just so good.
Cheating.
It's just, look at the art, look at it. So this is Ava's Demon. This is by Michelle Foos, which I also could probably mispronounce that one. I came across this as a webcomic, and I've been following it. The art is so pretty throughout the whole thing. It's so incredibly cinematic. It follows Ava, who is sort of possessed by this spirit who just follows her around and just makes life absolutely horrible. It is science fiction and fantasy all twisted up. It's dark and beautiful. There's a sort of like empire that is sweeping through and taking over like every culture and civilization, sort of integrating it into their own. And turns out Ava is possessed by a spirit who is determined to take that guy down. And she uses magic to try and twist things about to get her way. There's a whole medley of cast of characters that also kind of get swept in this entire thing. It's so very good. I just want people to read it so bad. So please read it. Another graphic novel, we are now twisting into a different kind of art form. This is Hark a Vagrant by Kate Beaton. I love this author so very much. So much so that I'm trying to get one of the books that she has illustrated for our summer reading. These are a series of like short little comics. They are all like history flavored and incredibly snarky and sarcastic. And it's just got like, there's a lot of also like literary references in here too, that some you may be aware of, others you might not. Honestly, I didn't know most of them, but I still enjoyed a lot of these sorts of things. But it's just got like such a funny little thing. Sometimes like this one's making fun of Aquaman, which is always a great day.
Aquaman.
Aquaman. But like the silly things of just like, even just the back kind of cover of just like the queen is like, where is the jester I could use with seeing some pointless nonsense? Honey, please. He is an artist, and he's just like, durka, 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 durka. And he's just like, yes, I see. So, and she's just so annoyed. Yeah, there's just like some snarkiness to it, and it's just, I delight in these. I really do. So Hark a Vagrant is one of them, and then the second one is Step Aside, Pops.
Oh.
And I find that one to be hilarious too. Last one, this one's fully for cover. Look how fun that looks. It looks like a Guardians of the Galaxy meets like a D&D party. Like,
Yeah.
right? Like, it just looks fun.
I feel like that is the story too.
I think it is. So they're only good at being bad. These are the good for nothings by Danielle Benas. So Cora Saros is just trying her best to join the family business of theft and intergalactic smuggling. Unfortunately, she's a total disaster. After landing herself in prison following an attempted heist gone very wrong, she strikes a bargain with the prison warden. He'll expunge her record if she brings back a long-lost treasure rumored to grant immortality. Cora is skeptical, but with no other way out of prison and back into her family's good graces, she has no choice but to assemble a crew from her collection of misfit cellmates. A disgraced warrior from an alien planet, a cocky pirate who claims to have the largest ship in the galaxy, and a glitch-prone robot with a penchant for baking. And then take off after the fabled prize. But the ragtag group soon discovers that not only is the too good to be true treasure very real, but they're also not the only crew on the hunt for it, and it's definitely a prize worth killing for. So yeah, absolutely like a Guardians of the Galaxy vibes. It's a heist, sort of like a found family kind of misfitty type of thing. It just looks like a grand time, and I want to read it. So I probably will.
Yeah.
So hey, good covers. And also I just like a cover that you look at it and you immediately are just like, I understand what this is about.
I get the vibes.
It's good vibes. It's good fun. So hey, good times. All right, so those are some really pretty covers. Some are prettier, some are sillier, so they're all pretty good though. Hopefully you found something that kind of spoke to you, or kind of grabbed your interest, and stop by your library, see what else kind of grabs your interest.
And if you see a book on display, it maybe is on display because it has a beautiful cover, but you can definitely still check it out.
Oh, absolutely. Don't be afraid of picking out the display books. Those are actually really nice because we keep track of the ones that go. And we get to put those into our statistics. So it's like you're actually helping the library even more.
But I know, a lot of times people are like, oh, I don't want to take it.
No, please do.
Set it up. No.
Please do. And if anything, it's actually a massive compliment to us librarians who put the display up.
Yeah.
We try and put things together that we think that you're going to like. So, yeah, grab those display books. The purpose is for you to take them.
Yes.
Yeah, or maybe those are books that we're just like, this is such a good book. Why is nobody checking this out? Please check this out. We're just trying to kind of push it in the front so that new people could get some eyes on it. Mm-hmm. So give that book some love. It deserves the love that it needs. Yeah. Okay. So, when this pops over to YouTube, tell us all about your favorite books in the chat. Particularly any good cover books that you know about. What's really fun is if you find a book that has a phenomenal cover and you end up hating that book. That's a great one too.
Yeah.
You are allowed to not like a book. It's okay. You can not finish a book. Oh, we might want to do a did not finish list one of these days.
That might be fun.
That might be fun actually. Yeah, we'll have to think about that one for sure. Okay. For now, I think that's it. This will pop onto YouTube either later today or tomorrow. Couple days ago, if you're watching on Twitch, you will see that we did a Let's Play Overcooked. So that'll also pop up on Twitch pretty soon too. That was pretty fun. So yeah, we got some good stuff coming up. All right, for now, I think we're done. Done. Okay,
Done.
cool. All right, everyone, have a great day. We'll see you next time.
Bye.